I would request Mrs. T.L. Alamilu Ma'am, Member Non-Life IRDAI, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. And Dr. Chaturvedi, Director, BIMTech, Mr. Saket Khaitan, Partner of Khaitan Legal Associates, insurers and stakeholders in the insurance industry. Uh, Very good afternoon to all of you. First, thanks to BIMTech for inviting me to this colloquium. The, it's always a pleasure to be at BIMTech and interacting. Unfortunately, we have to do this virtually, but we hope the situation turns around quickly in the days to come. The topic resilience in risk society is extremely relevant in today's context, and the three themes chosen are sure to make the colloquium very meaningful and give useful inputs to the industry. We are all living in a complex and uncertain society. The economic, political, societal, and technological consequences of COVID-19 will probably last for several years and reshape the world we currently know, both in positive and negative ways. Resilience is about anticipating, planning, and reducing risks. The pandemic has accelerated the insurance industry to adopt enterprise resilience, which ensures that operations continue in a seamless manner, not only for insurers, but also for policyholders and all stakeholders. This resilience also gives solutions to tackle the pandemic and other risks so that the economy bounces back to normal. To this end, all of you are aware that IRDA has been issuing instructions, advisories, circulars, and as early as March, we had urged the insurers to put in place a business continuity plan if they had not already done. Uh, they need to put a business continuity plan or activate one if they already have, and set up a crisis management committee, ensure proper flow of communications, and take proactive decisions pertaining to policyholders and all stakeholders so that there is minimal disruption in business and concerns of policyholders are addressed immediately. The industry has definitely taken numerous steps to tackle the shocks and stresses due to this pandemic. All of you must have heard of Corona Kavach and Corona Rakshak, the standard health insurance products designed by the regulator. But I can also tell you that we had asked the insurers to design Corona specific products, and I'm glad to inform you that nearing 23 Corona specific products are available to the public, and they have been really welcomed by the general public at this hard time. While all our energies have been focused on COVID, there are other risks which need to be tackled simultaneously, appropriately, because they are there looming as we speak, and which also, but it also presents an opportunity to the insurance industry. Today, as we can see in this game, remote working has come to stay. Almost every transaction is digital, right from buying vegetables for a few rupees to expensive articles. There is also a switch to everything digital, increased use of technology, which has been fast forwarded by COVID and has resulted in a significant rise in demand for and supply of digitized applications across every sector. While it has helped in maintaining ongoing resilience, we do hear of a lot of increased, dark activities, cyber crimes, frequent ransomware attacks, fraud, and data protection risks. While insurers themselves have to guard against these risks, it also presents a potential business opportunity. And just to give you a flavor of that, opportunity, I can tell you that North America, the premium is about 3.6 billion USD. This I'm talking about in the year 2018. Subsequently, I couldn't get the figures, so we'll have to do with 2018. And it accounts for 80% of cyber insurance premium. In Europe, it is just 295 million. Australia is about 100 million, and in Asia, it is about 180 million. So this particular line of business is very nascent, growing, and is expected to grow rapidly, especially with huge dependence or almost complete dependence on technology and virtually, like I said earlier, all financial transactions becoming digital. You must be again aware that IRDA has set up a working group of experts to examine the issues surrounding cyber liability insurance. The cyber liability risk needs to be analyzed carefully to ensure that policyholders get proper cover, wordings are proper, and insurers too have to take adequate precaution, because this risk has its own accumulation issues. Property, we can see it with our eyes. This is a completely invisible accumulation where insurers will have to start looking at ways and means of how to track it and control it. The next risk, which also has been in the talking for maybe in the past few years or even a decade, and which has temporarily been put on the back burner because of COVID, is the climate risk. The recent floods in Hyderabad, which is unprecedented, has urged us again to think on how to tackle climate risk. It looks like, according to me, it looks like the time has come for a parametric product which needs to be piloted in some states, some coastal areas. This could give immense relief to the people living in low-lying areas, the marginalized section, apart from reducing huge economic losses for the nation. This is also an opportunity for insurers to play an important role in more sustainable economic recovery in their capacity as a risk manager, risk carrier, and even investors. The insurance industry does offer unique skill sets. We have huge risk modeling across all types of natural disasters, natural catastrophe, based on which we do the pricing. There is also a lot of knowledge in the underwriting gathered over the years. Catastrophic research is also done by a lot of insurers and reinsurers. And this can definitely assist the public and broader economy to strengthen financial resilience to physical risks of climate change. The pandemic has also highlighted the limits on the types of coverage that can be reasonably be offered by the insurance sector alone. We have seen, the loss of wages, business interruption, like what Saket was talking, due to the pandemic. There is this itself has seen a huge protection gap coming up during COVID-19. Now, for the closure of such a protection gap, it's a very complex task. It requires multi-stakeholder approach. The way the protection gap, which is panning out after COVID-19, it looks like it may not be just, be able to be handled only by insurers, reinsurers, and insurance industry. It will need the will and the financial muscle and strength of multiple stakeholders, probably the policy makers, private sector, consumers, and of course, regulators and insurers, to ensure that we are able to tackle probably a future pandemic in a more efficient way. So these are some of my thoughts which I thought will share with you. I'm sure there will be extremely good deliberation looking at the list of the eminent speakers and experts in insurance. And we will get a good feedback from all of you. And I think finally, on a lighter vein, insurers now need to tackle the 3 C's. Coming from a public sector background, usually C's are always a bit of, a challenge to those who are working in the government. But these 3 new C's, COVID, cyber, climate, I think the insurers need to tackle them fast for their survival and the survival of the economy. Wish the colloquium and the good deliberations and all success. Thank you.